Kira called her friend with anxiety in her voice. May, I need to see her right away. I need to talk. But not over the phone. Marina heard a troubling tone in her friend's voice. What happened to you? So urgent? I have my grandson, Alex. I'll drop him off at my daughter's in about 2 hours. I'll stop by on the way back. When May arrived at her friend's house, she was sitting in the kitchen, puffing on a cigarette. She couldn't even believe her eyes. Kira, you quit smoking 20 years ago? What is this? Kira answered. Turns out my husband likes it when a woman smokes, drinks, and is active in terms of men. Harry left me. And that's after 28 years of life. And here I am at the age of 50 alone. Children and grandchildren far away. It's good to have them around. You can always visit them. May didn't understand. Come on, friend, tell me everything in order. You seem to be doing all right. Kira said, No, May, we haven't been fine for a long time. You know Harry. Yes, he's a complicated character. Everything's wrong with him. He's always blaming me, the neighbors, the coworkers, the weather, everybody but himself. It's his nature. And I got used to his nagging a long time ago. But lately he has become irritable, no attention. On every occasion, a scandal. He used to even give me compliments. Rarely, but brought me flowers. And yesterday he said, I'm leaving you. Our relationship has exhausted itself. I treat you not as the woman I love, but as a cook, cleaner, and housekeeper. You've turned into an aunt. And I like women who are young, cheerful, who take everything from life, smoking, drinking with men, having a good time. I'm leaving you for someone else. And you don't even notice that I've been having an affair on the side for more than 6 months. Kira blurted it out in the same breath, and May sat there, her eyes fluttering. She was having a hard time comprehending what her friend had said. That's why you're sitting there smoking. Oh, May, I've tasted it so much. It's disgusting. She threw the cigarette in the trash. I'm sitting here thinking, I guess it's true. I've turned into an aunt. But I didn't expect Harry to just leave me like that. Well, he could have told me what he was unhappy about in our family life. And now I'm just walking away. May did her best to reassure her friend. Kira, yes, he will come back. He will ask for forgiveness. With a temper like that, not every woman can stand him. He'll blow her mind too. That's why he's dragging himself back to you. They're having an affair now. When they run into domestic problems, that's it. You know your husband. You should get a medal for your patience. Tell me honestly, do I look that bad already? Sure, 50 is 50. That says it all, Auntie. But I'm barely overweight. It's true. I haven't changed clothes or shoes in a long time. I got used to the old-fashioned way. So apparently, my husband started looking at others. Nowadays, there's some beautiful women who put a lot into their looks. There are some at 65 who look like they're 40. Kira, no offense. To be honest, I am. You don't pay attention to your looks. You let yourself go. I've been telling you that for a long time. And you keep waving it off. You say it's okay. What will happen to you at 60? Let's take care of your looks. And your soul is beautiful as it is. It's just that no one sees it. Tomorrow we'll go with you to my daughter's hairdresser's. And we'll start with her hair. Kira came out of the barber shop looking nothing like herself. A short haircut, a blonde tone. At first, she even got scared when they cut a lot of her hair. But when she saw herself in the mirror, she almost cried with joy. She looked at her pretty and young woman. May's daughter advised her to change her glasses. Her frames are vintage. She only changes the glasses. The frames must be 20 years old. She went to the optician. They got her a pair of thin, strong frames. She sent selfies to her friend. She called her right away. Kira, stay where you are. I'll be right there. Let's go to the mall. May arrived and looked at her friend happily. We'll get you changed and your husband won't recognize you. I'm sure he won't even recognize you now. May and Kira consulted with the salesman. Even from the neighboring departments came in and finally picked out her classic style of dress. It suits her best. Kira doesn't like different things, vows, especially since she works at a school as a biology teacher. They chose her 2 suits, a dress jeans. She was very resistant. She doesn't wear jeans. But when she put them on, she saw a slim young woman. Quickly she agreed. May took her home. So Kira, throw out all your old clothes. The day after tomorrow, we'll go shopping for something. We need a couple of shirts and some classic pants. But you're just gonna throw them away. We could also use the old clothes somewhere. You know, to walk around the house. I'm sorry to part with them. Her friend just laughed and left. At school, the teachers didn't recognize Kira when she walked in and said hello. Everyone stared at her. Who was that? Kira? What a transformation. 10 years off. Wow. And Polly's vice principal said, tomorrow I'll go to the beauty parlor and replace all my rags. Everyone laughed. And some, of course, looked on with envy. Everyone already knew that her husband had left her. Everyone thought Kira was going to be a wreck. She turned into a grandmother. Harry had been living with another woman for 2 years. She's not much younger than him by only 4 years. Kate looks younger than her age. She's 46, but she could easily be 40. Harry is living with her. Their relationship begins to fail, and although Harry provides for his woman, he has his own machine shop, but she cannot adjust to his harmful and dissatisfied character. He is still dissatisfied with his colleagues, subordinates, neighbors. He puts his car in the wrong place. He is dissatisfied with the prices, his ex-wife. But he has no complaints about Kate, and even when nothing is cooked. He cooks himself if Kate is late, but they sit together, drink coffee and cigarettes, sometimes champagne. Kate is a champagne drinker. He knows that. If he has no beef with Kate, she has with him. She doesn't like his grumbling about anything. She doesn't like the way he scolds everyone. Everyone around him is bad. It's like there's a joyless life around him. She gets tired of these meaningless grumbles and often lingers with her friends in a cafe or something. It's fun, and there's no disgruntled grumbling from Harry. She comes in herself with a good mood, tipsy, and does not pay attention to Harry. A month ago, Kate has a friend, Oliver, a respectable man with a sense of humor. He doesn't spare any money, gives her presents. She meets him in a hotel. Oliver is not married. He's in town on a business trip for 6 months, so Kate's got her hands full with him. Kate doesn't come home at night a couple of times, citing her friend's illness. She lived alone, and with a high fever, she couldn't leave her. Harry became suspicious of Kate. Then he stalked out and saw her get out of a black Jeep with a man and walk into the hotel in their arms. Sat and waited in his car. After about 4 hours, they got out and drove away. Harry figured it all out. The boomerang in action. Kate came in. There was a scandal. He told her everything. She packed up his things and sent him back to his ex-wife. He went to his little office in his workshop. There's a couch, fridge, TV while he stays there. He wondered how he could go back to his wife. But as he recalls what he said to her, even he himself becomes uncomfortable. Some time passed. He got tired of living at work and decided to talk to his wife. They hadn't seen each other since then. He waited outside Kira's house. Knew which way she would go from work, but didn't see her. Thought she was running late. She must have had a lot of schoolwork. Then suddenly, I saw a woman who looked like Kira, but didn't look like her, get out of the car. With a bouquet of scarlet roses, the man kissed her on the cheek. He waved and drove away, and Harry recognized Kira. He jumped out and called out to her, "Kira, wait." She looked back and saw her ex, and Harry stepped closer and was stunned. Kira looked nothing like the Kira he'd left about 2 years ago. Beautiful, young with a short haircut. He was speechless, and Kira said calmly, "I'm listening to you, Harry." "Kira, I need to talk to you. Let's go into the apartment. We don't have to stand here in plain sight." They went into the apartment. How have you missed these walls, this kitchen? It's nice and cozy here. "Kira, I want to go back. I'm sorry for the way I treated you. I'm sorry. I've been thinking, there's no one better for me than you. You've changed so much without me. You're so beautiful, and I left that woman. It's not good for me there. I'm all alone. Harry, you haven't told me anything new. I knew with your temper, not every woman could stand you. You're always unhappy with everything and everybody, but I'm fine without you. I'm used to being without you. And relations can go back to normal when you parted well and quietly without insults. When there is no humiliation and betrayal. But when there is betrayal, treachery, humiliation, then relationships can't be restored. The hatred and contempt of one spouse for the other is unlikely to be good at any time. This is exactly our case. My anger is gone, but I don't like talking to you. You humiliated me, betrayed me in the most cynical way. So I don't think our relationship will ever get better. You shouldn't have come. I won't forgive you or accept you, Kira answered. Harry sat there miserable and crushed. He had hoped for another meeting, knew that not immediately, but perhaps his wife would forgive him. And she'd made it perfectly clear. Who was that guy you came in the car with? Who is he? Harry asked, disgruntled. Who is Jack, my friend? And that's none of your business. I'm not going to tell you anything. Now go away. We have nothing more to talk about. I suspected you'd be here someday. Harry headed for the exit. Well, if that's the case, then I'm filing for partition of this apartment and the property. I'll take everything from you. Yes, please take it away, Kira said and relieved to close the door behind him. Then she called her friend. May, you were right. My ex-boyfriend came by and asked me back and said he'd take everything away from me. Both of them laughed at the same time.